Magic fan, that's what they call me. I promise that you'll never be lonely.
Madden franchise whose faces have graced the cover. So in the spirit of our show doing highlights and this awesome week of Madden news, let's get into the top 10 plays of Madden cover players. And let's start off with number 10. We're going to Baltimore, number 52, Ray Lewis in a playoff game against the Titans. This was the first Madden cover. Man, it was Ray. Here it was, under 7 minutes to go, the Titans were trailing, they were driving, McNair throws it, and Ray Lewis picks it off, takes it all the way. Fred Miller could not bring him down. Of course, Baltimore would go on to not only win this game, but then they would go on to eventually win the Super Bowl this season. Eddie George, it's in his hands. I see a Frank Wycheck jersey in the crowd, ladies and gentlemen. I see a Frank Wycheck jersey. That is Ray Lewis. He takes it to the house. Ray whispering and silencing the crowd. Shh, that was the Madden 05 cover. I'm sorry, I thought it was Madden 2000. It was the Madden 05 cover. Ray Lewis on the cover. Who is the number 9 athlete when it comes to...
Let's go to 1999 for number 9. If we're going to 99, you know we're talking Rams. Kurt Warner's going to hand it to Marshall Faulk, and ready, and whoop! Marshall. Already up 24-3 in the fourth quarter. He piles it on. They go to 6-0 on their way to the Super Bowl. Marshall, an untouchable reality player, an untouchable Madden player, exclamation point here, going against these Browns. Oh, look at the turf. That's the shortest, fastest turf I've ever seen, and they used every stitch of it. He was featured on the Madden 2003 cover after the Super Bowl win, making him just the 3rd ever Madden cover athlete in a Madden game that I absolutely wore out in the early 2000s. But how do you follow that? What's at number 8?
They were just filled with superstars. Not superstars, megastars. Speaking of mega, how about Megatron? 2013 against the Bengals. Lions down 24-17, fourth quarter, 3rd and 18. Matt Stafford rolls right and throws it up to Calvin Johnson. He jumps up and dunks it after posterizing 3 dudes. Once again, see it. Listen, Stafford takes a shot, lets this ball go, and watch him go up and get it. Over 3 guys in a 4th one coming in. This was everything that we knew Megatron was, making a big play like that, and we needed that from him every single week just to compete, and he showed up, which is why he is a Hall of Famer. Calvin Johnson, one of the best to ever do it, and here it is, his Madden cover, and this is in 2012, becoming the first ever wide receiver to appear as a Madden cover athlete, 2013.
And 2 decades before this, Nate, we go to 1993. Who could forget this? Wild card action, Packers-Lions. This is Brett Favre's first career playoff game. He drops back. He's looking very Favre here. What does he do? Launches it across his body to none other than Sterling Sharp. He makes a grab in the end zone. This is a game-winning touchdown situation. Of course, this is an infamous look at Brett Favre ripping off his helmet in celebration. So here's the deal. Favre was on the Madden cover. I'm sure, I bet you remember this. This is 15 years later. It was Madden 09, and it's really unique because he was traded from the Packers to the Jets just 5 days before the game's release. Madden stuck with this version, but they also released an alternate cover with Favre in a Jets jersey you could print out and download, and I don't know, I guess paste on the cover of this one, Peter.
Yeah, it's right on the cover of that DVD video game of yours. Number 6. Let's go right to an AFC Championship game. 2008 Ravens trailing 16-14. Joe Flacco's driving, and there he is. Troy Polamalu, one of the greatest plays in playoff history, takes it all the way back to the house. Polamalu, of course, would then get the Steelers to the Super Bowl with this one. Flacco with the pass. Troy picks it off. This would send the Steelers to Super Bowl, where they would eventually take down the Cardinals. What was interesting about this Madden cover is that Troy Polamalu and Larry Fitzgerald, because of their great battle in that Super Bowl, they were both on the cover. It was the first time that the cover ever featured multiple players at the same time. But there they are, Madden 10, Troy and Larry. Troy Polamalu, of course, one of the greatest safeties, and now a Pro Football Hall of Famer.
Polamalu and Fitzgerald were okay, but they weren't this guy. Soft spot going out to this man right here, Peyton Hills. Look out on the juggernaut. Oh my gosh, 2010, week 12, 9 minutes to go in the second quarter. Jake Delhomme playing against his old team hands it to Hillis, who already had 2 touchdowns in the game in the first half, and he's going to run it in for a third and run over Charles Godfrey. Here's the moment he got the Madden cover, right here. Peyton Hillis would finish that season with over 1,600 total yards and 13 touchdowns. A fascinating turn of events led him to be on the cover. A vote, a public vote of who you wanted, basically got crowdsourced. He ended up beating Michael Vick in the finals to get on the cover. Looking on that Xbox 360 cover, Peyton Hillis, long gone from the NFL, but man, we do not forget. Look at that face mask. The juggernaut. Who's it for?
He had some angry runs, that's for sure. But how about this running back, though? There is no question if he should be on the cover. Week 1, 2009, watch this stiff arm. Get out of my way and take this stiff arm with you. And then I'm going to explode. I don't care if you got the angle on me. That's Adrian Peterson, a long run for a TD. This was Brett Favre's debut with the Vikings, actually. But AD stole the show. He had 198 yards and 3 touchdowns. My bad to my boy Eric Wright. He got stiff-armed by AD like so many guys did. And playing against Adrian Peterson for so many years, I've seen it time and time again. He could run through you, run around you, and run over you. That Adrian Peterson was different. And there it is, Adrian Peterson. He would be on the cover of the PS4 and Xbox One version of Madden 25, the 25th anniversary edition of Madden. That was awesome, man. Shout out to AD, an absolute beast.
And that's the last time we've seen a running back gracing the cover of Madden. What's this? 2013 NFC Championship. That is Colin Kaepernick floating one, trying to get it in the hands of Michael Crabtree. Sherman tips it into the hands of Malcolm Smith. It is a game-sealing interception. This play was nuts. I will never forget it. Not just to get his hand on it, but to force the interception. Just bananas. And it would, of course, lead to one of the most memorable post-game interviews of all time. Don't you ever talk about me. Don't you ever talk about me. Sherman lands on the Madden cover that very next year. Man, it has been such a run for quarterbacks, Peter Schrager. This is Madden 15. I love seeing some of these other positions getting the love on the cover of Madden.
It was great to see Sherm on the cover. It was also great to see Holmes. He was the first player ever to go from Madden cover to Super Bowl champion. So he gets the Madden cover in July of that year. Then you fast forward about 7 months and he's in Miami. We're there, and this is the play. It's the Wasp play. Of course, you know the circumstances. Down 10 points, 7 minutes left, 3rd and 15. A timeout is called, and Mahomes takes that deep drop, launches it to Tyreek Hill, who goes 44 yards, and it keeps the Chiefs' drive alive. They would go on to score 21 unanswered points. Quite a 12 months it was for Mahomes. Gets the MVP, gets goes to the playoffs, all this stuff, but this is always after he already had won and been on the Madden cover. There it is, the PS4 version. But if that's number 2, what's number 1?
What's the best play from the best Madden player comes from 2002, number 7. Young Mike Vick right out of Blacksburg, cascading through the Metrodome turf. Sorry, Greg Beekert, I don't think this is going to be it. We're in overtime. No, we're not. We are in the postgame. Go, Mike Vick, as the call says. He's going to keep on running right out of the dome. He had 10 carries for 172 and 2 touchdowns. Carried the Falcons to the playoffs, where they stunned Brett Favre's Packers for the first home Lambeau Field playoff loss ever in the Packers' history. Guys, this is the one. I don't think there's much of a debate. It's the runaway. And here's another thing. I looked it up. Cover of Madden, one of the best-selling ones they've ever had, Michael Vick, 2004. I want to let you know, on the soundtrack, we had some Yellow Card, Bubba Sparks, Alien Ant Farm, Avenged Sevenfold, and a little bit of Jet, Are You Gonna Be My Girl? Vick 04, the GOAT. Look out. Try to beat that. Good luck this week, EA.
that game right there, Kyle, it was Nappy Roots. The song was Round the Globe, and I remember playing it over and over and over again. And that's the thing about Madden. It puts you in a place in time in your life. So that was 2004, but you could put on the Madden 98 game, and I have a memory of me being in high school playing it. It really does set the tone, and so to see all those plays are fantastic. We're going to find out who the cover athlete is tomorrow. We'll talk about it all morning on the show, but I'll just say this. That was an awesome list from Matt Hamilton right there. If there's one guy that we didn't include that, Nate, I think you would have appreciated it, it would have been my guy, Dante Culpepper, who was not included in that top 10 list, but definitely graced on that Madden cover when we were in our college years.